Welcome back to the trenches. I think we're all finally here. Chromebook, Bookits. I'll put the code up in a second. And I'm going to use Bookit to divide you into teams. So instead of any other random draw, I'm going to use Bookit to divide you into teams. Ah, we got everybody. It's a good day. All right, get into that game. I'm looking for 16, all 16 of you. All right, I'm looking for 16. And boom goes the dynamite. And puff puff goes the chemical gas. Who's nervous? Who's shaking in their boots? Who's going to get trench foot today? No one, actually. All right, let's put a couple more. I'm going to take a second to log in. So in a second, I told you don't get comfy, now stay where you are. In a second, we're going to have two trench lines. Bookit is going to create the teams for us. Okay, so I'm not drawing any other way. No complaining. Bookit's going to kick it out. Now, Bookit will put you in teams of 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the top 2 teams become a team of 8. And then the bottom 2 teams, based on how it's listed, becomes a team of 8. Okay? So even though you're going to be kicked out into a team of 4, I'm going to create 2 teams of 8. It's perfect. I'm glad 16 of you showed up today. Works out just perfectly. Wait, what's me? Wait, what? Your Flappy Bird? Now, the other thing for me to say, looks like one more person's getting in. Here's the rules of the day. Now, we're reviewing. We are reviewing along the way. And of course, let's not forget we got an exam tomorrow. But I feel like we're all pretty good on the core fundamentals. Even if you express them, Leela's always be like, I feel like I'll fail this test. And then she like gets 103. So it's good academically, students. It's good to have that feeling of I'm a little nervous because that actually makes you lean into the information. So it's okay to be nervous about the information. I have brought you to all the big fundamentals. Okay, I've thrown a lot of extras at you. When we review, we of course review the fundamentals. As it is today, I feel like we can have a game and be reviewing along the way, and I feel like it's going to be one of our favorite activities of the year. I'll say this: I've never done this before. You guys are my first run at this particular game, so let's have a good go at it. In just a second, when I switch into teams, I'm going to create one team trench lines here. You're going to create your trench line. One team of trench lines here. And amidst our reviewing, we are going to have a true battle royale, not just on Bookit, a true battle royale with projectiles and technologies like tanks and chemical gas. And it's probably going to be one of our favorite classes of the year. But rule number 1, hear me on this. The overarching rule number 1 is that the room will be returned to its current state of affairs by the end of the day. Basically, whatever mess we make, we're going to clean up. Okay, we're going to get the desks back to the way they should go. Can we agree to that? Like, whatever mess we make, we're going to clean up? Yeah. I think it'll be worth it. All right. Before I kick you to look at it, let's just kind of remember where we come from. Okay, this is not the biggest of reviews, but we got the Allied powers versus the Central powers. Who makes up the Allied powers? Great Britain, France, USA, and then the other unlikely friend of ours, Russia. Yeah, we may not be friends today. I was about to say later on, but we were allies at the time. That's the big 4. Okay, no, we don't have to get into every little micro kingdom. That's the big 4. What about the Central Powers? First of all, good guys or bad guys?
Germans.
Central Powers are bad guys because what's their leader? You just said it.
The Germans.
When you said it, yeah, the Germans. Yeah, the Central Powers are led by the Germans. Who else?
Austria-Hungary.
Austria-Hungary. Okay, so the Austrian-Hungarians, however you want to say that. That's the big two, right? Ottoman Empire fits in there as well. That's the Central Powers. Okay, those are the bad guys. Allied powers, good guys. Central powers, bad guys. Talk about a bunch of new technologies in World War II. How did the machine guns change the battlefield?
Killed a bunch of people.
Much more deadly. Yeah. So these various battles we talked about, I don't need you to be a military expert. I just need you to know high death count. Okay. Between the field artillery, the shell shock, the machine guns, tanks, poison gas, and airplanes, high casualty count at these various battles. The Somme, the Verdun, Battle of the Marne, two battles of the Marne, high death count. Okay, that's the characteristic of World War I is a high death count. And then I kind of walk through the rest of those technologies as well. So when we play our game today, we're going to mimic some of these technologies. I mean, in room 1206, I'm not going to roll a tank in here, but we are going to mimic some of these technologies as we get going. Before we click play on Book It, I want to remind us about life in the trenches. We looked at a handful of videos. I've tried to pull some of my favorites, but this is going to be just one more quick reminder of what is life in the trenches. And I want you to pay attention with the perspective of you're about to be in the trenches. Again, I know we've already spent one day in the trenches. This will be another day we spend in the trenches. Rah! Got her. All right, well, we're going to do life in the trenches. Good timing. And you see it's jumbled for a reason. You're going to understand. So, Ms. Williams, welcome to probably our favorite class day ever. So we just talked about what was the trenches, and now I'm going to remind you with one of my favorite videos before we dive into the trenches.
Life in a trench, I'd like to explain in one word: horrific. It's mud, it's death, it's rats, it's stench, and soldiers develop an attitude in a trench that everybody is going to die.
Life in the trench was abysmal. There were several lines of trenches, and the front line trenches, of course, were the most dangerous because they were constantly under fire. Into the
The Germans dug assiduously, building dry, safe, and comfortable trenches for themselves, with bunkers that actually had electricity and sometimes running water. The British and French, who were convinced that they were never going to be there for that long, didn't spend nearly the same effort. So their trenches tended to be muddy and wet and not that safe.
disease ran rampant. It was very difficult to get any sort of sleep, a decent hot meal, keep your clothes dry, and more importantly, keep your sanity.
There were so many health problems of just simple disease that took much more men out of combat than direct fire.
I think one word that would surprise people about life in a trench: boredom. A lot of time is spent just sitting, cleaning tools, and being scared to death the battle's going to start any minute.
Was just the day-to-day monotony, being trapped in this very small space and fighting for a war that's really fought in inches.
The idea of open warfare, of fighting out into what they called no man's land, wasn't working. The technology of the war had advanced so much with machine guns, artillery that could lob shells a mile. It became mostly a defensive war early on. And as a defensive war, you wanted to protect your troops, so the miles and miles of trenches were built.
There were often bodies buried in the sides of trenches, bodies lying out in the open in front of the trenches. The soldiers were experiencing not only the war that they were fighting at the moment, but the war that had been going on throughout those trenches for all of the years of the war.
A young lieutenant writes his mother and says, "I haven't been killed yet, but it's only a matter of time." That That's typical of the way soldiers felt about life in the trench. You just did it. You existed day to day, tried to go on, keep your chin up. But one day, a bullet was going to have your name on it. You were going to perish. You weren't going home.
So we're going to experience everything but the boredom in this day's class, right? We're going to be active and no boredom in our trenches. Show off for a second here. So remind Miss Williams, we already spent a day in the trenches.
Okay.
Remind her what it is called as you leave your trench line and the space between the two trenches. What's that called? No man's land. Why? Because no man can really survive inside of it. And I gave you a word for it, and I think you're pretty close to the word he said. Well, how did I describe no man's land? Huh? Say again? Oh, great word. So the trench warfare itself was a stalemate, right? I like that word, and I'm going to come to that back in a second. I described it as hell on earth. He said hellscape, right? Well, we can use that word to describe the conditions like hell on earth. What might you see in no man's land? Some of the things you would see. Barbed wire, right? So we're going to use that as that's actually an invention, kind of a relatively new but inexpensive invention of the time frame. And people get tangled into it, and that makes it hard to cross to no man's land. So absolutely barbed wire. I heard something about bodies. Dead bodies. Why? People died there as they went. Now, what's the phrase whenever they would leave the trenches? I was trying to lead you to this one as well. Huh?
Over the top.
Over the top. Follow me, boys. Over the top. So as they would go over the top and attack into no man's land, yes, people would catch a bullet, fall, and die. And what was it on time for? Yeah, there wasn't time to do a proper burial, much less a ceremony. I mean, think about the psychology of death and dying. Usually, if the grandparent passes away, you're gonna have a week of grief and the funeral and the family dinner. No chance for that in the trenches, right? Just had to keep on keeping on. Now, tell me about. I'm gonna pull one more from you. Tell me about the one time that there was kind of this universal live and let live break in the fighting. What was the occasion there? Christmas of. The year 1914, the first year of the war, right? Many of these boys really believed, we'll be home by Christmas. That attitude, right? Because it wasn't the case. We go into a 4-year war. What was just the uniqueness of that moment? What did they do that they didn't do the rest of the war? Had a truce, okay? So kind of a temporary laying down of the arms. And on that morning, Christmas Day, 1914, we talked about it, I showed you some pictures. What are some things they did?
Play football.
Yeah, the iconic photography is that they met together, British, French, German, right? Opposing sides playing, we'd have to say football. I mean, we might say soccer. How many soccer players they do, Brody? Soccer or football. Until, who was it, Riker? Sorry, I'm going to get that hand. Riker plays soccer as well. My multi-sport athletes, they go from one to the other. Until what? Like, why wasn't that the end of the war? Why didn't we lay down our arms and just leave it? We blame the officers, and I raise my hand and say it's always the officers. Right? I'm an officer in the Army. It's always the officers that are messing it up. It was the generals who kind of reignited the hostilities. Then, back to the trench lines, and the war was back on. Whether it's an artillery barrage or the sniper fire picked back up, we had to do away with that truce. And I kind of always wonder, what if that had been the end of the war? Well, we don't have a time machine, so we don't know. And of course, the war goes on for 4 more years. So a good little review there, right? Coming off the heels of the video. I never like to just show a video without talking about it.
Absolutely.
Here's what we are up to next. Thanks for joining us, Ms. Williams. Just kidding. All right, here's what we're up to next. I am a little glad she stepped out because we're gonna get a little rowdy. Here's what we're gonna do right now. You're on your computers, wherever you're sitting right now. Just kind of get prepared to move because I'm gonna click start, and it's going to give us those teams, at which point I'm going to want you to move to your teams. So, we need the code. The first two teams, I'll let you go towards Caden's side. And the first two teams, I'll let you go towards Caden's side. Oh, yeah, 2 of you still need to get in. And then the second 2 teams, I'll let you come towards Peyton's side here. Okay, so in a second, we're going to let the craziness of the swap happen. After that, we're going to play the Look It Battle Royale. And even as you're divided into the kind of the 2 teams, really I want you to be for each other. So let's say it's team 1 and team 2. Team 1 or team 2. Come on. Whichever of you wins, you're going to get an advantage in the first round of our trench warfare. Whichever team loses, or the teams that don't win, you are the losers. You're going to have a bit of a disadvantage in the first go round of our trench warfare. We got 16 of you in. Let me hit my slide here. Here's what the advantage is. The winning team, you're going to get 500 sheets of paper. That's a whole ream of paper. These are your bullets/shells, bullets for our trench warfare. So the winning team gets a whole ream of paper. And I'm going to give you time to wad them up and actually make some bullets, okay? The losing team gets half a ream. So you get half as much bullets for the whole game of the trench warfare. We're going to play 3 rounds. The bullets you have at the beginning, 500 or 250, that's what you got, okay? Now, if a bullet comes in your trench line, the other team has thrown it, you can recycle the bullets. But it's going to be a distinct advantage for the team that has 500 versus the team that has 250. So big emphasis, this is all the ammo you get for the day. We're going to play 3 rounds, 5 minutes each. So you're going to have 15 minutes of trench warfare here. The advantage is going to be pretty distinct to win the game. What's that?
So if you get there, you let out.
So I'll get into the individual rules of our battles in front of each round. But you're on track. If you get hit, you are out for that particular round. But let's just start with the Blookie here because that's going to kick us off for the whole game. All right. Clinton and Bare Necessities, you're a team. Clinton and Bare Necessities, you're a team. Santa Squad and Hearts, you're a team. Okay? Clinton and Bare Necessities. I don't even know who's on those teams. Clinton and Bare Necessities over here. And Santa Squad and Jade's Hearts, it looks like. Swappy swap. All right. These are your teams. I wish Blookie would only fit into 2 teams, but it doesn't. These are your teams. Should have 8 and 8. Now, I'm going to give you a second to set up your trench lines. Right now, it's just going to start with the game. So just so we're clear, if Clinton or Bare Necessities wins the game, that team wins the game. If Santa Squad or the Hearts wins the game, that team wins the game. We tracking? We straight on how the game works? I wish it only broke into 2 teams, but it doesn't. Okay. Seems like we're straight on the game here. Going to start with the Battle Royale. You got 7 lives, and it all starts with winning this game. If you win this game, you have an advantage. Here we go.
Is this just World War I or sports?
This is World War I and sports. World War I and sports. Having fun with it.
Yep. They're going against each other. We going against each other.
Oh, I can't fix it going against each other, right? I was hoping it would keep you to 2 teams, but then I realized it won't do that. So the rules stand. Whoever wins the game, that whole side wins the game.
Are we going against the same team?
Building teamwork, even in adversity. Building some teamwork here. Oh.
Shut up.
Y'all know your sports trivia.
This is movie.
Well, volleyball is a sport.
Volleyball is a sport. Who said that?
I said volleyball is a sport.
Pretty good start so far.
Shut up. We're going up against life.
Y'all miss it.
No, she hit it before I could even move my mouth.
Urbanization. Said urbanization. We lost it.
So we don't have to take their lives.
Central Power is bad, guys. Not the United States.
No way.
Oh my god, I saw everything. I saw T. Oh my god, bro. How could you? I'm so ridiculous. How could you? I'm good. Yeah, that's how I was. How'd you do that? How'd you?
Ooh, Jade's heart. It looks like you are the only hope for this side. Santa Squad says goodbye.
I'm sorry, bro. No, it's okay. I know it's not. Yeah, but it's okay. No, it's okay. My best friend is on the
Sir.
Oh my god.
Jade's heart's down to 1. That's your iPhone, right? That's what I'm saying, Jade. Nail biter. Got ammo on the line.
They got her. That's big got her.
All right, let's finish out the game just for the sake of the score here. Now it's pride. Yeah. This side wins. This side has won. Roger just wants to be on.
I know the answer.
He's not answering. Yes. Bare necessities. necessities, those simple bare necessities.
That was really close.
Well, I wanna make it through one round without hearing you like you.
I'm ready for your team, Coleman. Let's go.
All right, this is it. This is the last battle.
I think you just saved it like we should get extra. Well, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Where?
We freeze it?
It broke.
They're just rubbing it in.
Team Peyton as a winner. All right, check it out. This team, appoint a captain. You are a military company, appoint a captain. This team, you're a military company, appoint a captain. Appoint a captain. Democracy, the one time ever in the military, you get a vote.
Who we decided?
Appoint a captain. Appoint a captain. You slip out. Get into a vote.
I'm out.
Yeah, take that kid right out of there. All right, who is it?
Hayden.
Kaden. All right, there's your 250. Hold on to it like that. Who can decide who's won?
Good job.
We can decide who's won.
We don't know.
Team captain, Captain Thomas. All right, Captain Tyre and Captain Thomas. Now let me get your attention real quick. So, based on the results, all right, right here. Based on the results, I'm giving you your answer. Right here. Hey, I gotta lay down some instructions. Okay, Riley's gonna step out in a second, take the test. As soon as she's done, she can come back. She's gonna be here right.
Yeah.
I've given you your ammo. I'm gonna give you 7 minutes. It says 5. I'm gonna give you 7 minutes to set up your trenches. Make your paper balls, 1 sheet per ball. Okay, don't stack 10 sheets together and make a super ball. 1 sheet per ball. All right. 7 minutes to make your trenches, make your ammo, and strategize. Okay.
All right.
Are there?
Oh, I'm just standing here for
After round one. And so that time is going to start now. Ready, set, go. 7 minutes. 7 minutes to get ready. Strategize. Go.
Oh, I saw it as a bridge.
Make trenches, make ammo, put your helmets on, what have you, whatever you want or don't want. Keep your computers kind of tidy because you are going to get back to them. In your trench line. You have half the room worth of desks, right? Each side has the same amount of desks. And your boundary is red right here. Boys, your boundary is going to be the red tile. No man's land is between the red tiles. Leave this for me. Leave this for you. I can soak it out. Raleigh. Going to war. Gotta get ready. Spent a lot of nights of my life getting ready for the next day.
I got so much stuff.
Bianca.
I don't know where to go. Let's hope not.
Brody.
Double layer. Okay. Okay.
Hold up.
5 minutes. 5 minutes remaining. Soldiers. Get to work. You want
We need to leave one there.
easy, Jasmine. If you know hard rule.
Hey, have the front one, put it over like this. Wait, hold on,
Who does that? So we can change it between them.
We should.
4 more minutes. 4 more minutes.
So we can give them.
Right.
Not that much.
Don't learn this. We'll observe all day. It's the last chance not to be shot at.
No, we need to put these posters, like, right, hey, we and then make that in the back there.
On same cross, red tile. Red tiles is better.
Like, all right, I'm gonna put these over so they don't hit the bottom of it.
Oh, that would be smart.
Look over like. Are we copying? Are we gonna have enough room back there?
Open the message sometime. Remember, this is your ammo for 3 rounds. 3 rounds tonight.
But I mean, you go a lot, but don't go a lot.
If you get hit by a paper ball, you will lay down where you are. You are out of the game. If you're on the trenches, you'll flop. If you're in no man's land, you'll stay. If you're in the back and it hits you with the lob, you just sit. If you're hit with a paper ball, you lie where you are. One sheet of paper per bullet.
Where's this?
I said we have.
Yeah, put this. Two minutes remaining.
Hey, what are we doing? There's our boundaries. Yeah, you did. You left.
We gotta do something like that. We got like a minute. Wait till I make it more compact. Burger, just go in that one. Yeah, like be involved. Yeah, I can go. Wait, where's Hayden?
I didn't know if it was
One minute remaining.
Can we keep some paper and still ball up, or do we have to get the paper back? Like, we get to keep the sheet of notes, or do we have to go and follow up? Do we get a break between each round?
I'll fix it in a minute.
We are all.
The ammo you have is for 3 rounds. 3 5-minute rounds. You don't have it all wadded up for round 1. That's not the end of the world. 30 seconds.
Y'all
15 seconds.
I swear, I'm like,
Wait, over there.
Oh, no.
To the trenches. To the trenches. To the trenches.
Oh, y'all went to get me.
Listen up. Final instructions. If you are hit with a paper wad,
Go down.
you will lay where you are. If you are reaching over the trenches, you will flop on. If you, for whatever reason, have invaded into no man's land, you'll die right there. If you're leaning to the back and an artillery lob comes in, you'll just punch on the wall. If you are hit with a paper wad, you will die in place. Swanson, me, I am the supreme commander of both alliances. You will not, that makes me the referee. You will not win an argument with me. If I tell you you're dead, you're dead. If I tell you don't do that, don't do that. If I change the rules in any fashion, that's what's going on. I am the supreme commander. You will not win an argument with me. Round 1 is 5 minutes long. The only question that remains is, are you ready?
No.
Are you ready?
No.
3, 2, 1, begin.
Dana, are you down? No. Uh-oh. There he is. He's gonna be.
Ammo that lands in your trench line can be reused. Ammo in no man's land is dead.
Oh, no.
Did I hit you guys? You missed.
I'll throw it out my arm. Come on, guys.
4 minutes. 4 minutes remaining. We have not yet begun the fight.
Are you kidding? Are you down?
I know that.
Get my airplane, baby body. Rock it up. My airplane, baby body. Stop it, Bernie. Good. Bernie, Bernie.
I need some more ammo. Jasper. I know the strat. Yes, bro.
Jay, did that hit you? Boom!
What?
Dead.
How kill me?
I gotta kill.
Die in place.
Santiago. Yeah.
We can handle it out of the class.
Hey, die in place. Riker, dead in place.
I died.
He's dead! Oh, he's dead! Yeah!
Dead in place.
Taking the help off. I'm going to our bro.
They recruited me for a reason.
Brody, dead in place.
I'm gonna take 115, y'all.
But he ran over it.
1 minute. 1 minute remaining.
I'm already dead.
Right on, Rob. Jasmine, dead in place.
They can't revive me, bro. They can't revive me.
Bianca, dead in place. Hadley, who's left?
Nobody.
Trenches. Oh, Brody's still alive?
They revived me. Wait, they revived me.
Okay, how about that?
I still miss.
Back to your trenches. Hey, ammo in no man's land. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Stop it. Prepare for this. Back to your trenches. Pause. I'm going to give you another strategy session. Back to your trenches. Back. I'll cut your hand up right now. I will. Get back to your trenches. Back to your trenches. So, how did round 1 go?
I'm great.
Reflection on round 1 here. While we're hearing this, and I want to come to the losers first. No. What were some of the problems you faced?
We had no aim, no earnings,
No aim. All right, no oomph to the balls, maybe.
Oh, I threw the balls.
I saw everything from a rainbow. These things got in the way a little bit. I saw some bullets. I saw some darts flying. Okay, but mostly the aim. That's your problem? How about you guys? I'll come here now. What are some problems you face?
I'm making new technology.
Okay, so Randa said, hey, I didn't really intend on this on purpose, but yeah, there's obstacles on the battlefield, right?
Yeah.
Something might get in the way of your aim. Okay. So now, some of you might not want to say this. What are some changes you're going to make for round 2?
We making it wrong. We finna throw all these over there.
You think all those are going to make it? Now, okay. Coleman says, hey, listen, I'll allow it. If an airplane hits you, you're dead in place. I'll allow it. If you got the ammo to go, right? If you got ammo available, I'll allow it.
Hey, don't waste too much.
Yeah, it's a waste.
Oh, y'all should be scared. I bet y'all should be scared. It feels like y'all should be scared. No. Something happened towards the end of our battle when Medal of Honor over here decided to leave the trenches.
He would have been dead.
And engage direct. So, Riker, take me through your thought process. Why did you do that?
I knew it was just going to be a stalemate, so I had to be like a...
Oh, what word did he just say?
Stalemate.
I know it was just a few minutes. But do you see like how long y'all went with not much progress happening?
Yeah.
I mean, in our 5-minute scheme, there's about 3 minutes where not much happens. Now imagine cold, wet, tired. Why am I here? Bored. Can you see how the soldiers in the trenches are like, what's the point? Why are we even doing this? What's the point? Riker, I appreciate that you said stalemate. I also applaud your courage in running into no man's land. So I put some obstacles in no man's land. I'll tell you this. These will deflect bullets. All right? If you use these as protection, you can use these to deflect bullets. So I said, and I'll also say this. Remember, the red tile is your limit. Some of your throws were coming from all the way back there. What if you got a little closer? I'm just going to throw that out there.
Oh, yeah, better believe that. I was like, wow.
Round 2, check it out. Before I give you a strategy session, okay, I'll give you a second. I'll give you 3 minutes in just a second. Before I give you some strategy sessions, round 2, here's a difference in round 2. First of all the previous rules still apply. And there's now a tank in the middle of no man's land. If you get the tank back to your trench line,
Can we use it to deflect bullets?
you will receive a tank-like advantage. I'm not going to tell you what that is. If you get this tank, it's heavy. If you get this tank to your trench line, you will receive a tank-like advantage.
Give me some bullets. I'm going for it. I'm gonna take one.
You have 3 minutes to re-strategize, continue to make
Come
your
here,
bullets. 3 minutes, there you go. Go join your team.
What you doing?
No!
I need more ammo for my artillery tank.
I'm making it out.
All right, 3 minutes. You may change your trench line, you may readjust whatever strategy you need to. My poor student. Oh, you okay? Okay. This day. Sir. Huh? No, I get shot.
Okay, come here. Well, I gotta. You can slide this.
2 minutes. 2 minutes for strategizing, 2 minutes for ammo. Do not have.
All right, so apparently I have to carry that. Oh, my bad. I'll try to slide back there.
More sacrifice.
Yeah, she's a midget. The midget won't get hit. I'm gonna make it sweat like that.
Is this the kind of school you guys like to have? The kind of learning you guys like to do?
See, I got some of my sleeve you don't know about.
We're gonna cook them. Make it more Make sweaters, yo, make sweaters, sweaters with clothes.
Anytime at all.
Alright, here's some extra paper. I'm finna go get the tank for y'all.
30 seconds.
We got this.
30
Lay y'all down.
seconds.
I'm gonna have to go out the cake first. Hey, just get out, Katie. And then I won't let Brody touch the tank.
You gonna get it? 30 seconds.
Let me know.
Everyone.
Not too much on me.
You're not touching the tank.
Don't go.
What's
I'm
going
not-
on?
Who's going home? Man, nobody worry about what's on my sleeve. I'm gonna beat me. Here, here's the extra. That was beat me.
I can multiply it.
They ain't even started yet.
Stand fast. That was attention. Stand fast. Before we get going, we've been at war for a year now, and you have a fate to bear. Team captain, where are we at? Captain Thomas, I need everybody in your team to write on the back of their hand a number 2 through 7. You are choosing your fate. I have some fate cards. They're number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So everybody, so you can't change your number. Write your fate on the back of your hand. If you're opposed to that, you can do it on a sheet of paper. Huh?
7 my lucky number.
And in a second here, I'm going to reveal your fates. Based on what you chose. You're doing this to yourself based off of what you chose. Who's nervous now?
Wait, what is this?
The fate card. So you're choosing your fate. Like what has happened to you in the first year of war. Number 2 has a fate. Number 3 has a fate. You know what fate means? It's the outcome. The outcome of your life. Hey, let me get through. All right, team captain, are we there? 2 through 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Real simple. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We already got it.
Lady,
No,
your
it's
fate.
only 2 through 7. You can't have one.
Your fate. Does everybody have a fate?
Yeah.
Who's ready for their fate?
What does the fate mean?
Yeah. Who's nervous for their fate? We got
I'm
some
ready.
nervous for their fate. All right.
Before I
Give me
die.
attention here. So here it is. You can duplicate a number.
Hey,
That's right. You
Hey,
can
you're
duplicate a
just
number.
dying however many minutes.
You can do that. There can be all
I'm dying
multiple
anyway.
ones, multiple twos, whatever. All right, here it was. You have chosen a number that will give you a circumstance that soldiers in the trenches may have faced. So number 2s, raise your hand. Where we at? Number 2s, let me see it. I got a 2. Did you have a duplicate? Who's the 2? Oh, 2. Nobody chose a 2? All right, Jade, your fate is, it's been raining for months and the bottom of the trench is full of water. Your feet have been hurting. You take your boots off and your feet are red, swollen, and itchy. You have trench foot and consequently won't be able to fight in the next round. Take a seat. Jade is out. Jade is out. All right, who's got a 3? Who's got a 3? Let me see your 3. 3. Where's the 3 on this side? Hadley, your fate. Rats were a common occurrence in the trenches. Last night you were sleeping and you were woken up as a rat scurried across your face. As you tried to slap it away, you were bitten by the rat. You've heard of others in the trenches getting sick from rat bites. You are worried that this might happen to you as well. Be worried. Be worried. You're still in the fight.
Wait, I was like, she dead or?
Where my 4's at? She's not dead. Where my 4's at? Randa, Riley, Randa and Riley, and Leela. Here's your fate. You got a letter from home and you feel re-energized to get home to the family you love. You will make 1 bullet seem like 5 in the next round if you get some extra ammunition.
Nice.
5s. Where my 5's at? 5s. Santi, Bianca, you 2. Here's your fate. You contracted yellow fever from having lice.
You got lice.
Be unable to participate in combat.
Hey, I'm not getting the tank.
Lice is the lice that got him.
Nobody's gonna be able to cover me. I'm not getting
6.
the
Where my
tank.
6 is at?
Right here.
6.
Let's hope I ain't dead.
6s. Here it is. Last night you experienced shell shock. You had a panic attack that included having hallucinations. You are now worried how you will respond to the fighting today. Be scared.
So you get to
Be
fight.
scared. But you're in the fight. All right, and 7s. Where we at? 7s. 7. Here's your fate. The food supply took a long time to get to the trenches. The biscuits were so hard you had to smash them on a rock to eat them. You did that and hit a sharp corner on a rock and damaged your hand. You will be unable to use your dominant hand.
I'm a beat with my left finger.
Put your right hand in your pocket. Peyton, put your dominant hand in your pocket.
No, I got I can beat with my left.
Oh, who's the 7? Who was the 7?
You got one.
Right, dominant hand in your pocket. Dominant hand in your pocket. Put your right hand in your
I ain't
pocket.
gonna cheat.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
He's
Put your right hand in your pocket.
You're left-handed.
Bro, he told me to put my hand in my
He's
pocket.
left-handed.
He said you're dominant hand.
On your honor,
You know,
soldier,
Dominique,
put your dominant hand in your pocket. All right. All right. Well, I thought you were sliding on me. That's it, all right?
I don't know how we were throwing him.
All right. Now that said,
hold my
everybody has had their fate.
You bitch.
10 minutes.
Minion.
Beam, I just got rallied out. Double ammo. Double ammo. Oh. Double ammo. Last double round. I'm only so double round. Let's find out. Bring out Jeff, man. I bring out.
bro, you get down. Do my buddy.
Remember the tank's in the middle. The tank's in the middle.
Go get it, man. Go get it.
Dead. Dead in place. Dead in place. Lay down. Lay down. You're dead. Go feed it. 3 minutes. Pull your butt off. Pull your butt off.
Oh my God.
Mr. Swanson, Patty's out right here. I'll sit down.
How long we doing?
Let's go, Carly.
You guys are so close to that tank, you just gonna let it sit there?
Who's alive? Nobody.
If nobody's alive, then you need to concentrate on Caden and get that tank.
Dad, right here. Striker, right here. Right here. Grab yourself back. Who's alive over here? Anybody alive over here? Caden is the lone survivor. Caden is the lone survivor. Well, if you had gotten the tank, this was going to be your reward. But you didn't. All right. Everybody back to your trench line. Back to your trench line. We haven't fun yet. I mean, let's be honest. We feel like we're in the trench warfare.
Hey, we're gonna tag team it.
Yes.
Yeah, let's
All right. Before round three, we'll take a group bathroom break. Okay? Leave the Chromebooks where they are. Leave the tomfoolery of this room where it is. And let's go to the bathroom break. Hey, no smack talking. All right? No fights over trench warfare. You got it? No fights over trench warfare.
What's that? Oh, the thing?
My planes were pretty effective.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, yeah. Hey, got one right here. Yes, it's a hoarding problem. Mr. Swanson. What? Got one. All right, you need to get your Chromebook back. So I know they're stacked. You need to get your Chromebook back. Open it up, see whose name is on it. Get your Chromebook back. Open it up, see whose name is on it. Give it to them. Get your Chromebook back. Get your Chromebook back.
How are we gonna get our
Count three,
Chromebooks
gonna be
back?
Get your Chromebook back. Find the one with your name on it. Pass it to that person, whatever.
We're done.
Round three. Just take a seat wherever. Like Papa Squat, it's the trenches. What we're gonna do is our Blooket race, and it's gonna serve two purposes.
First, whenever you get done, you
So get back into Blooket, get back to needing the game, right? First thing first, all players are back in the game, and your fate card is over. Okay, so whatever it was, your hand, your lice, you're out of the game. Your fate card is over. Here's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna do an individual Blooket race, which serves two purposes. Like, what do we use the Blooket race for the day before test?
Bonus points.
First of all, it's bonus points. I like review, but it's bonus points. Okay, so this is your individual race for bonus points. But second of all, Riley's ready. Second of all, I'm going to take the top 5 scores, and we're going to see which team has at least 3 out of the 5. So, of the race. Like, what you So what I mean by that, so if there's no fighting, what I mean by that is when I click results, it gives, I know on the screen it shows you first, second, third. Results will show 4th and 5th. So for example, if you guys have 1st and 2nd, and you guys have 3rd and 4th, and you guys have 5th, it's like cross country race, right? You got 3 out of 5. So we're fighting, not just for first place.
So you add a lower, the score wins.
It's not going to add anything up. Let's say, okay, there's a winner, and then someone has 3 remaining, and someone had 4 remaining, and then someone had 7 remaining. It shows me on the results. You know what I'm saying? It shows me on the results who was first place. I know it shows you guys top 3. 1, 2, 3, but we'll look at 4 and 5, and I'm not going by percentage correct. I'm going by who finished the race. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So kind of like a cross-country race. Does that make sense to you non-cross-country runners? I want to make sure that we're clear so there's no fighting in the end. Because the winner of this race, not just the individual winner, but the team winner of this race is going to get an advantage that I promise you want. So there's your motivation for winning the race. All right, enough said. Let me pull up the Blooket race.
I'm nervous.
This is going to be World War I, no sports.
She's nothing but a tryhard.
I mean, at least.
It's good that you
Get away from someone who distracts you, whatever the case may be.
I heard that.
It's one of us.
What did we even learn yesterday? I was thinking.
Advanced blue? No.
Okay, it's got. I'm not fighting this.
Hey, I'm not worried about it. Mr. Schwartz.
What?
What did you learn about
Huh?
I wasn't there. What did you learn about it?
Yesterday was Veterans Day. We just talked about history. It's not. All right, get in this game. 60-question race. Individual bonus points, that matters. Team advantage. You'll want the team advantage, I promise you. No sport. World War I only. World War I only. 16. Who's number 16? Tell me it's Jasmine. Oh, of course it's Jasmine. Jasmine, get in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. 6 times 1.
Oh, right. That's disrespect.
Huh? Is he getting you already?
I got burned in my head. I got burned in my head.
Y'all pretty tight. Several of you at 36, 38.
Charlie, you got it?
No, I don't know.
Braden is the winner. 1. Where's Katie? 2. All right, let's see the rest of the results.
I got 4. Where 4? I got 6.
Pretty good percentage correct. I'm impressed. Braden, Riker, Katie, Caden, and Jaspin. That gives this team the advantage for round 3. Do you want to see what your advantage is?
Yes.
What am I wearing?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
The advantage for winning the game is that the winning team gets 3 red pieces of paper that simulate a gas munition. 1, 2, 3. If you get one of these 3 pieces of paper wadded up like a ball into their trench line, you will trigger a chemical attack. I'm going to give this to you when the battle starts. Okay, so you got to make it happen behind your trench line. The losing team gets 5 gas masks. 5. When a gas attack, Captain, when a gas attack begins, if a gas attack begins, only those with a gas mask will survive. So decide. When a gas attack begins, only those with a gas mask will survive.
So you can use the gas mask as many times as you want.
Yes.
How long will it last? Well, that's pretty
For the rest of the battle.
So if you throw all 3 of them.
Wait, why do we need 3 then? Why don't we
3
just?
chances. 3 chances. 3 chances. All right. Oh, I'll tell you what, it is not fun to wear a gas mask. Like I was doing that for like 5 seconds. Now you don't have to wear it until the gas is deployed, but you have to be wearing it. And if you lose a gas mask where it breaks, that gas mask is off. You only got 5. All right. All right. All other rules are still in play. Everybody is still alive, and I will give you 3 minutes to re-strategize. Huh? Tank is off the battlefield. Tank is off the battlefield. Round 2. You didn't get it. Nobody got it. Huh?
We got it.
Not during round 2. You didn't pull it into your trench line. You didn't. At the end of round 2.
I swear he did.
This is what you would have gotten if you. He won. He won the battle. Like he won the battle. It got stalled right there. You didn't pull it into your trench line. That was the point of it, though. Do you get it, Caden? You understand? All right, 3 minutes to strategize.
Hey.
Don't die.
Yeah, don't die, y'all. That's all I can tell y'all.
Y'all dedicated too good. Y'all dedicated too good.
You can readjust your trench line. You can come up with some strategy. You can do your bullets. 3 minutes to strategize. What? You just all grizzled veterans that did it for me? You did right. You did good. You guys know what to do. The red is your mountain.
I know one trying to get there.
Yeah, I know.
And I only have my left hand.
That's why I'm throwing out my arm.
And I will get there.
You get right there. Yeah.
Bro, like, if I was allowed, I'd be happy.
Shut up.
2 minutes. 2 minutes left. Strategizing. Airplanes are authorized. Alright, so to clarify, it's 3 papers basically means 3 chances. If you get it into their trench line, you have activated a chemical attack.
Slide that one out.
That's all of our energy.
1 minute. May the odds be ever in your favor. How did y'all choose to not get mad? That's so dirty. That's so dirty. You chose who's gonna die. How does that make you feel?
I'm sorry, I'm supposed to
Honestly,
get
I don't
it in here.
Hey, no, I got
1 minute. Take your positions. 1 minute.
What if they throw it and we hit what They're just not being ready.
All right, to be clear for both teams, I already gave them instructions. This chemical munition has to touch something beyond this line. If a person passes it backwards, it touches that person. So if this chemical munition breaks this line, the gas attack has been triggered.
And I would be here for
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Wait, what if I just run out here and take one for the team and just block it?
Everybody would be locked on.
Am I gonna die? It's not a bullet.
It did not, only if it goes, it has to go past that trench line. That's my line.
How are you gonna know when we throw it, Roger?
You don't know.
What if we throw a lot? It's a big body, don't worry.
Take positions. Begin. Team captain. Your chemical munitions are right here.
Yo, can you down on road?
I'm about to go out.
Hey, y'all ran! Oh, y'all done. You win the match, we're dead. Y'all get down on road.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh! Santiago, she got you. She got you, bro.
You don't have a good shot.
can't breathe.
Don't count me.
I can't breathe. You out. I got you. No, you didn't. We can't be out.
Oh, but I got sweat out the eye.
Take the eyeball. I hit my eyeball. I just.
Oh, Dad.
I can't breathe.
Oh my God, are you still trying to get me out?
I can't breathe. I couldn't breathe anymore. I came up. I can't breathe.
Call, that's the time, or just because nobody can breathe anymore. Open that door, open that door, open that door.
Yeah, you won, bro.
Clap for yourself. Everybody clap for yourself. All right.
Oh my God.
It was a tie. That was a tie. That was a little too strong.
Hey. All right, come back in. Let's finish it out. Can't say this room stinks anymore. So the obvious reflection question is, how did the gas change the battle?
Boy, it didn't really matter for me. Then I was all stupid.
Okay, so good question here. Do you think some soldiers felt superpower in the middle of battle? Like, you think adrenaline, I don't mean like power, do you think adrenaline takes over?
Riley.
Right, we've seen that in a lot of our movie clips,
I
that
tried to come
adrenaline
out.
takes over.
You're fine.
How did all of this, hear me on this, let's make it worthwhile. How did all of this simulate trench warfare? Do you feel like that we started with the stalemate?
Yes.
I mean, round one was a little difficult. You guys are like, huh?
Till I hopped over that jump.
But okay. Sometimes it takes, a motivated soldier to kind of change the game. But so now, hear me on this. Now the tank didn't fully work out, but how did the technologies kind of change the battlefield? You had a different strategy because you wanted to get the tank, and now that wasn't a perfect simulation of chemical gas. But how did gas change the battlefield?
Everybody died except like 4
Okay, about half y'all died. Was it a little bit harder to play a mask on? And that wasn't even much of a mask, right? So imagine assaulting across no man's land into with a mask on. Be honest now. We've been doing this for about 45 minutes. How many of you are tired of crouching down? A little bit tired of crouching down? Some of you are. Some of you are. Obviously, soldiers did this for how long? Weeks and years. Now, weeks at a time, for years on end. Coleman, you just need to demonstrate real quick. Go ahead. Okay, what was rule number 1?
Listen to you.
Before that,
Clean up.
get the room back. Get the room back. I'll get the big trash can. Get the room back the way it started.
Drop by.
Hey, we're gonna get the big trash can for all the paper. We'll fill up my little trash cans. Lift the desk and get it all back. It's a good class period. You got 8 minutes. 8 minutes till lunch.